post-workout video. Yeah. Okay, day 3 of getting back in the saddle. Don't mind the darkness. I'm just getting done with my workout. And what I'd like to share is I love Jericho McMatthews as a trainer, and for many reasons. And she really does love to push people to do their best. And here's the thing. She kept pushing me. We're on the bike, and I'm like, I do not want to dial up one more time the resistance. And she'd be like, dial it up for me a little bit more. And I called her a bitch many times. I'll admit it. But you know what? One thing I learned, especially as being a trainer at a kickboxing gym, is that getting cursed at is actually a compliment. It's like burping for the chef. Because here's the deal. I may have been calling her a bitch, but I'm guaranteeing you that every I was dotted with a little heart, because she was making me push myself more than I would push my own self on my own. She was helping me to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more out of the workout. We tend to go easy on ourselves, even when we think we're not. Which is really funny because, like, at the same time, we are the most critical of ourselves. We're really hard on ourselves unnecessarily, like way more than we would probably be for other people. Yet, when it comes to pushing ourselves, we may think we're pushing ourselves, but we're not fully pushing ourselves. The human brain is a very interesting thing, isn't it? So, and that just reminded me that of the number of times I've felt triggered or misunderstood or upset about something a coach or a mentor or just somebody I look up to has said, even if it's just like they were generally speaking or if they were actually talking directly to me about something that really personally has something to do with me. And what I've learned is that every time it was for my own good. It was to get me stronger. It was to make me turn the dial up a little bit more than I would have thought that I could do myself, and that I was good where I'm at, but somebody was telling me that I needed to do a little bit more. And what happened was it helps me to grow. It helps me to gain better perspective, to see a bigger picture, to stress less, have less anxiety, all the things, and to just find more joy and flow in life. So that is the beauty of having mentors and life coaches and role models that are where you want to be and are doing things the way you want. The things that, a lot of the times, things that you admire in people are things in your own self that maybe you don't give yourself enough credit for, or that you really appreciate for yourself, or maybe that you want to develop more. And so if you see somebody that's doing something that you really aspire to do, then it's good to take heed. Now, that, mind you, that doesn't mean that you should just do all the things everybody says to you and never have a thought for yourself. This is a collaborative thing. We are all here as humans. We are meant to be coexisting with each other and helping each other grow and develop. We're not meant to do everything by ourselves. And so it doesn't mean everybody has the right answer, but we can sure as heck get a lot of great ideas from bits and pieces or chunks from everywhere around us and from those that we really aspire with, and are maybe there's people that we are following behind and we really like what they're doing, and then there's people that we're running with, and then there's the people that are feeling that way about us that we feel about the other people. It's a whole lovely circle. And so there was something else I was going to say, but dogs running around behind me really is distracting. I may have a little ADD, just a little bit. But here's the beauty of it all. We are meant to be together. Oh, there we go. And let me put it this way. When I first started dipping my toe into the pool of personal development, I did it all by myself. I was trying this and that. I was just seeing what felt good and what seemed like something I could work with, which is really a great way to start. You just got to start getting a taste and start getting a feel for it. You got to start somewhere so that you can start getting an idea of where you want to go. that's how I started with exercise. I hated exercise, and I just started trying this and that, and along the way found my way, and now I have a way better idea of what I like to do and what I don't want to do. And I may decide I'm going to do this for 2 months, and then 3 weeks in be like, nah, I'm done with that, I want to do something else. And you know what? That is completely fine. Nothing's in stone. And when I started my whole journey on my own, I spent a good decade doing it myself. I actually have a webinar that I did on that, on DIY, do it yourself, like my own project, my self-development project. And it was very slow, lots of trial and error, many errors, and a lot of blind spots because I didn't know what I didn't know. And the beautiful thing about talking with others, and then eventually getting a mentor and coaches and stuff, is that I was then able to have other perspectives bounced back to me. I was able to have things mirrored to me that I maybe hadn't been actually fully looking at. I had stories questioned that were creating filters that were hiding truths from me, or keeping me from like fully understanding something and seeing connections between things. So in the last 2 to 3 years with mentors and coaches, I have gained way more ground. Like, I'd say like 10 times more ground than I did in the 10 years that I was doing it myself. So I kind of wish I had started sooner. But it's very important to just start somewhere. So I'm very grateful that I started. And we all have the thing that gets us started. There's a pivotal moment for us. For me, I just got really sick and tired of having to buy fatter and fatter clothes. And I started doing a lot of working out and trying to count my calories, was doing it all wrong, but I lost a lot of weight. I traded my stress eating and stress smoking, and I just put everything into the stress smoking basket. I was a heavy smoker. I haven't smoked since 2017. And then my friend introduced me to Beachbody, and that was where I started getting immersed in personal development, because there was so much amazing positive mindsets and constructive mindsets, as opposed to constantly beating myself down. I'd grown up in a very cynical, sarcastic, and critical environment. And to have this other environment, it was like, what is this? I felt like an alien. So it took a little while, but the mind shift has been amazing. And for me, when I still see people still struggling like that, I can feel it, and I know how that felt. And it just, anybody that's willing to give something else a try, to shift their mindset as well, I am down. Let's give it a whirl. I gotta go now. Fun fact, Finn the Chowski, here, we'll show it to you. In fact, Finn, say hi to the camera. He's the brown one. Elsa's the husky. He's a chow and a husky mix. Yeah. He loves to just walk up solid right behind you, and he don't stop till his nose is wedged into your butt crack. He doesn't do any sniffing, he just stands there. Anybody else's dogs do that? Because I'm not really sure. Maybe his nose is cold and he's trying to keep it warm. Weirdo.